In early autumn of 1907, London was a city of contrasts. Gaslit streets and industrial grime, artistic salons and working-class pubs. In Camden Town, a district known for its railway yards and the bohemian undercurrent, a young woman named Emily Dimmock was found murdered in her bed. Her throat had been slit with surgical precision, and the crime scene was so eerily undisturbed that it sent shockwaves through the city. This is the story of the Camden Town murder, a case that captivated the public, inspired artists, and left behind a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Camden Town in 1907 was a bustling neighbourhood in North London, home to railway workers, tradesmen, and a growing population of artists and musicians. The weather in early September was typical for the season: cool, damp, and overcast. The murder took place at 19 St Paul's Road, now known as Agar Grove. In the modest rented room above the street level, the flat belonged to Emily Dimmock and her partner Bertram Shaw, a railway man who worked long hours and often away from home. Emily Elizabeth Dimmock was born on October 20th, 1884, in the village of Standon, Hertfordshire. Her father, William Dimmock, ran a beer house called the Red Lion. By her early 20s, Emily had moved to London seeking independence and opportunity. She lived in various lodgings, including a house on Bidborough Street near King's Cross, which was later linked to brothel activity. Emily was known to work part-time as a sex worker under the name Phyllis, a common practice among women struggling to make ends meet in Edwardian London. In 1906, she met Bertram Shaw, who was just 19 at the time. They began living together as common law partners, first renting rooms on Royal College Street before moving to St Paul's Road. Despite their domestic arrangement, Emily continued to see clients occasionally, often when Bertram was away. On the evening of September 11, 1907, Emily visited the Eagle pub on Royal College Street. Witnesses saw her drinking and chatting with a man later identified as Robert Wood, a 30-year-old artist and designer. Wood was known in artistic circles and had a reputation for charm and wit. He and Emily had met previously, and their interaction that night appeared friendly and relaxed. Emily returned home later that evening. Bertram was away on a work trip, so she was alone in the flat. She undressed, got into bed, and sometime during the night she was joined by someone who would not let her see the morning. Bertram Shaw returned home on the evening of September 12th. He found the door locked and borrowed a key from a neighbour. Upon entering, he was met with a horrifying sight. Emily lay naked on the bed, her throat cut from ear to ear. The wound was so deep that it nearly severed her head. Blood had soaked the sheets and pooled on the floor, yet the rest of the room appeared undisturbed. There was no signs of forced entry or theft. The killer had left quietly, leaving behind only one clue: a postcard. Scotland Yard assigned Inspector Neil to the case. The postcard found in Emily's room was published in newspapers, and it quickly became the centrepiece of the investigation. A woman named Ruby Young, a former lover of Robert Wood, recognised the handwriting and alerted a friend in Fleet Street. Wood was arrested and questioned. He admitted to knowing Emily, and he confirmed he had seen her recently, but he denied any involvement in the murder. The case went to trial, and the courtroom was packed with spectators. Wood was defended by Edward Marshall Hall, one of the most celebrated barristers of the time. Hall's defence was theatrical and persuasive. He argued that the prosecution's case was circumstantial and that the postcard alone was not enough evidence to convict. During his summoning up, the judge, Mr. Justice Grantham, surprised many by suggesting the jury should acquit. After just 15 minutes of deliberation, they did. Robert Wood walked free, and the murder of Emily Dimmock was never officially solved. The case left a lasting impression on London society and the art world. Walter Sickert, a prominent painter fascinated by crime and mystery, created a series of works titled The Camden Town Murder. These paintings depicted clothed men and nude women in ambiguous, unsettling scenes, reflecting the tensions and unease surrounding the case. The murder was dramatised in several media formats over the decades. In 1952, Orson Welles narrated The Postcard for radio series The Black Museum. The case also featured in the 1957 television series Killer in Close Up and in the 1989 BBC drama Shadow of the Noose, where Peter Capaldi played Robert Wood and Jonathan Hyde played Marshall Hall. Emily Dimmock's murder remains one of the most haunting unsolved crimes in British history. Her life was complex, marked by love, survival, and secrecy. Her death was brutal, calculated, and shrouded in mystery. Though her killer was never brought to justice, her story continues to resonate through art, literature, and the annals of crime.